Join me as I dive deep into the question, is the devil attacking you right now? I'm going to explore some signs and see if I can uncover what's really going on spiritually. Spiritual attacks are very real, and they can have a profound impact on our mental and emotional well-being. If you've ever felt overwhelmed, anxious, or disconnected from God, you may be wondering if you're under attack. Today, we're going to explore this topic and see if we can shed some light on what's really going on. Have you ever felt like you're constantly fighting against negative thoughts or feelings of fear and anxiety? That's a spiritual attack. Or maybe you've experienced an inexplicable sense of despair or hopelessness, even when everything in your life seems to be going well. That's a spiritual attack too. Temptation is another common form of spiritual attack. It can manifest in many ways, from impure thoughts to addictive behaviors. Spiritual attacks can also take the form of physical symptoms like fatigue, insomnia, or unexplained pain. These are all ways that the enemy can try to get a foothold in our lives and distract us from our walk with God. Spiritual attacks can be subtle, too. They can manifest as a nagging voice in the back of your mind, telling you that you're not good enough or that God doesn't care about you. They can also take the form of emotional manipulation, making you feel like you're walking on eggshells or that you're constantly pleasing others. Whatever form they take, spiritual attacks are designed to get us off track and keep us from fulfilling our purpose. The enemy knows our weaknesses, and he'll use them against us whenever possible. That's why it's so important to be aware of the tactics he uses. If we're not careful, we can get caught up in his lies and deception, and before we know it, we're in a full-blown spiritual battle. When we're under spiritual attack, it's easy to feel like we're all alone. It's easy to feel like God has abandoned us or that we're not doing enough to please him. But the truth is, God is always with us, even in the midst of spiritual warfare. He's fighting for us, and has given us the tools we need to overcome. I remember a time in my life when I felt like I was under intense spiritual attack. I was struggling with feelings of anxiety and fear, and I just couldn't seem to shake them off. It was like the enemy was whispering lies in my ear 24/7. But then I realized that I had the power to resist him. I started praying, fasting, and seeking God like never before. I declared his truth over my life, and I refused to give in to the enemy's lies. And you know what? It worked. The attacks didn't stop overnight, but I began to feel a sense of freedom and peace that I hadn't experienced in months. If you're feeling like you're under spiritual attack right now, know that you're not alone. Know that God is with you, and is fighting for you. Know that you have the power to resist the enemy's attacks and overcome them. So what are the signs of spiritual attack? They can manifest in many ways, from feelings of anxiety and fear to physical symptoms like fatigue and insomnia. Spiritual attacks can also take the form of temptation, emotional manipulation, and negative thoughts. Whatever form they take, it's essential that we're aware of them and that we know how to overcome. If you've been feeling like you're under spiritual attack, take a minute to share your experiences in the comments below. And if you're ready to dive deeper into this topic, be sure to check out my next video, where I'll be sharing more insights and strategies for overcoming spiritual attacks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.